everybody, and welcome to your Quick Fix Tip of the Week. Here today to talk to you about a shot that plagues a lot of golfers, a lot of amateur golfers to be specific, and that is a wedge shot which you have less than a full swing. So anytime we get in a scenario where, let's say, for instance, we've got 100 yards and we've got a 54-degree wedge. 54-degree wedge might go 115, so we have less than a full swing. That's a shot that I often see golfers really struggle with. So anytime you have to make an abbreviated half or three-quarter swing, most golfers really struggle. The two common misses are they take this really big golf swing and then they decelerate into the golf ball. Ends up, you chunk it, you hit it a couple yards, you're frustrated, and you've got to do it all over again. The other one is we take a short swing, we get too quick, our body comes up, we lose our posture, we scull it, and it goes flying across the green. So we've got two factors that we're going to talk about today, which are going to help you hopefully hit those shots where you have less than a full swing, a little bit better and a little bit closer to the hole. So the first thing we're going to talk about is we are going to talk about, one, the golf ball positioning, where it needs to be to help you hit it nice and crisp and have that nice, good contact. And two, the second factor is going to be the length of the swing and how we actually want to go about that. So the first factor is golf ball positioning. When we talk about the golf ball positioning with this particular shot, we want to make sure that we are creating a downward descending blow on the golf ball. The key is that we want to do that with where we position the golf ball and not by picking the golf club up and chopping down at it and having that angle be really steep because of that. So because of this, we want to make sure that that golf ball is just slightly back of center. For right-handed players, it's going to lean towards your right foot. For left-handed players, it would actually lean towards your left foot. But again, for right-handed players, we want to see the golf ball be positioned just slightly back of center. What that's going to do is it's going to create that downward descending blow, hopefully to get the golf ball first, okay? The next thing we want to talk about is we want to talk about the arc of the golf swing, right? So I'm going to flip to the side here, and we're going to talk about the path of our golf swing. Too often times I see golfers take the golf club up and outside, and that creates that steep downward descending blow, and this is especially critical when it comes to wedge play. So what we want to feel as though we're doing is we actually want to feel as though that golf club is coming a little bit to the inside. So we want to swing it a little bit to the inside. What this will allow us to do is it will allow us to shallow our path out a little bit and allow the ball position being back to create that downward descending blow. The next factor that I want to talk about is our length of swing relative to the distance that we want to hit the shot. So there's a couple different ways that you can think about it. The most popular method and the way that I like to teach is you have to look first and foremost, what golf club are you going to use? For instance, I'm in a scenario here where on hole number 17, I've got roughly 75 yards to the green and I've got my 58-degree wedge. I know that I hit my 58-degree wedge about 100 yards. So what I want to do is I want to think about the length of my golf swing in quarters. So 1 quarter would be 25%, would be 25 yards. Half of a golf swing, 50%, would go 50 yards. 3/4 of a swing would go 75, and then ultimately that full swing is going to go 100. So knowing how far you hit your golf clubs, and more specifically which golf club you have in your hand, is going to be crucial. So for instance, I'm here, again, I've got I've got 75 yards, and I've got a golf club that goes 100 yards roughly. So I'm going to think about this golf swing as about a 3/4 golf swing. The key is making sure that we don't decelerate into that golf ball. We want to make sure that this length of the swing, that shortened length of the swing, will dictate how far the golf ball goes, okay? The other thing that I always like to see when it comes to wedge play, you're trying to control the distance of this particular shot. So anytime you control the distance, or you're trying to control the distance, you want to shorten that golf club. So I've got about 1 inch in between where I grip the golf club and the end of it right here to try to control that golf club. So again, just to recap, first and foremost, golf ball positioning for these shots, we want it slightly back of center, okay? So again, for right-handed players, it'd be a little bit more towards your right foot. Left-handed players, it'll be a little bit towards your back foot. Second factor, we want to make sure that we are swinging it a little bit inside. The golf club travels on a little bit of an arc. It doesn't come straight back and straight through, right? It comes back to the inside a little bit. That will help us shallow it out. And then again, third and final, we want to make sure, allow the length of your swing to dictate how far the golf ball will go and not how hard or soft you hit it. So it should look something like this. Not bad, not bad. So again, you know, focus on the length of that swing, focus on the golf ball positioning, simplify it a little bit, and allow those two factors to really dictate how far you're gonna hit this shot. And I think you'll find yourself hitting those intermediate wedge shots a little bit closer and making sure that that score is going down. So again, this is Patrick Griffin for your Quick Fix Tip of the Week. Thanks.